Good evening and welcome to the 2020 AMB concert by the Charlton County Band of Pride. That concert is scheduled to start at 7 o'clock, so in just a few minutes, Curtis Hersey and Dylan Sloan will take the floor and introduce your Band of Pride. That's coming up in about 5 minutes. Right now, we're going to take a quick break and thank our sponsors who make all of this possible, that we can bring you all these concerts, games, and events throughout the school year. Be sure, as always, to shop local and thank those people who support your youth. We'll be right back with the AMB Concert 2020 after this.
Since 2009, Southeastern Automotive Group has been buying for and selling to most of the franchise dealerships in the area. What if you were able to bypass the big dealerships with the big markups? Buy direct from the supplier. Save thousands of dollars on your next vehicle purchase. Have a trade-in? No problem. With used vehicles in such high demand, Southeastern Automotive Group has dealers ready to buy your trade. If Southeastern Automotive Group doesn't have the perfect vehicle for you, using their vehicle locator program, they will have it shipped in without any hassle or haggling you hate. With over hundreds of thousands of cars available at auctions across the nation, your next vehicle purchase is just a click away. ESP Specialist in Fabrication is located at 169 Little Phoebe Church Road in Folkestone, Georgia. President Mark Pickering and his employees utilize the latest technology with a skilled workforce to supply customers with the best custom fabrication possible. Serving clients at home and abroad makes ESP a premier employer in Charlton County. For all your specialty and fabrication needs, contact ESP at 912-496-2583 today. They're also on Facebook at ESP Specialist Fabrication. ESP is a proud sponsor of Charlton Sportsnet.
Rail fans, you have the ultimate rail fan experience when you stay at Railside Lodging in Folkestone Funnel Crew Headquarters, just yards from the rails themselves, with 30 and 50 amp hookups with a dump station. Just sit, relax, and enjoy the sights and sounds of rail life. Peaks Cabin and Chessie Caboose are directly across from the train watching platform as well. Call today and book your ultimate rail fan experience.
Rustlin Dixie Custom Framing, Unique Gifts and Cafe is located at 3742 Main Street in downtown Folkestone, Georgia. Lunch is served on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Come join the fun food and fellowship, whether you're a local tourist or a rail fan. We also serve Bluebell ice cream, coffee, and lattes, while we also have train designs on custom t-shirts and unique gifts. Come see us.
Hey Indian fans! United First Credit Union has been helping people afford life since 1943. Our free online banking and mobile app make it easy to check balances, transfer funds, and pay bills. And we offer some of the lowest loan rates in town. Joining our credit union is easy. We are conveniently located at 3773 2nd Street South in Folkestone. So stop in and experience the credit union difference. Federally insured by NCUA and an equal housing lender.
Welcome back to Charlton County High School. We're waiting on the Band of Pride for their 2020 AMB concert. That's coming up in just a couple of minutes. Right now, we're going to get all the rest of these commercial breaks in, and then we'll be commercial free throughout the concert, and whatever breaks are left will be played at the end of the concert. We want to thank our sponsors who make it possible to bring you stuff like this. We enjoy doing it, and please, as always, shop local and thank those folks that support your youth. We'll be right back. The Running Bear Outpost, located in the heart of Traders Hill Campground in Folkestone, Georgia at 1388 Tracy's Ferry Road, just yards from the St. Mary's River, where there's great fishing, boating, beach fun, and more. We have all of your camping needs, from ice and snow cones to boiled peanuts, drinks, snacks, and so much more. Charcoal, Coleman fuel, and camping supplies. Come and join the river or camp with us under these peaceful, majestic oaks for just $20 a night, full hookup for RVs and campers, or $10 a night for tent camping. We look forward to seeing you in the Running Bear Outpost. Come out and relax a spell. Alan Aldridge Insurance. All right, welcome back. The band's starting to take the floor now, so I'm going to turn my mic down and turn the interior mic up. Y'all enjoy the sights and sounds of the Charlton County Band of Pride.
Good evening. I feel like I'm in church. I'm gonna walk off and come back. And let's try that again. All right. Good evening. That's much better. Thank you. It is good to see everyone here tonight. We appreciate you coming out and supporting us tonight. I know things are a little bit different, have been different for us for a while. You can see we're a little further back. Of course, we're all standing tonight. We've got chairs on the floor and got you spread out all up there in the stands. So we're doing our part here to try and keep everybody safe. We still appreciate you coming out and joining us tonight for our annual AMB concert. People always go, what in the world does AMB stand for? Is that some type of fundraiser? No. This is something we started a few years ago more for, I think, I always tell you it's because I want to show off what the students actually can do, but I think it's more for my sanity than anything else. This is our anti-marching band concert. When you've been doing marching band since July, you can only handle listening to Elvis so much, and I need to hear something else. So we're very fortunate. We have very talented students who are able to focus in on more than just one thing, and they come to class. A few days out of the week, they get to work on their marching music, but the rest of the time, we're sitting here working on what we directors call real music, right, to kind of get ourselves in shape for concert season. So I enjoy doing this concert. It introduces them to some different things. Of course, you'll notice, those of you who've never been to one of these, first thing you notice is the lack of brass up here right now, and percussion. The way our classes are done here in the first half of the year is woodwind class, and there's a brass class, and percussion have their own class with Mr. Sloan. So I like that because we get to focus in on individual things dealing with just those specific families, and to introduce these kids to a different world of music making outside of the band world. You get into these small ensembles like this. So we're going to start things off tonight with our woodwind ensemble, and the first piece we're going to play for you is entitled Allegro. This is actually a piano work. It's been arranged for woodwind choir. This is by the classical composer Franz Joseph Haydn, and more famously known as the father of the symphony. So relax, this is not a symphony. You're not going to be here for a while. This is a very short little piano piece. It's actually one of the standards that most piano students have to learn at some point during their career. And so we hope that you enjoy Allegro by Franz Joseph Haydn. The next selection for you, we have a little fun with the title to this. You look at it, and they're trying to figure out how in the world would you pronounce that. People have all kinds of ideas how to do that. Jim Arpeggio, right? Number one, it's a piano piece, another piano piece written by French composer Erik Satie. Now we had fun with it because he's all being, our star band students. The way we like to say it is Jim, no PE died. It was our excuse not to take PE. So that's the way we pronounce it. And that's the way all these guys had a good time learning that word there. But Satie is an unusual composer, and kind of this piece is, he wasn't a minimalist composer, but he kind of was the guy that really kind of, those guys kind of look to. And if you think of the word minimalist, kind of get the idea. There's not a lot to this, it's just kind of there. You know, it's very plain. It's, the word we used the other day was melancholy, right? It's not very overly done with dynamics and rise and falls of emotions and things like that. It's a unique piece for the time period that he was alive. It's actually fairly common. You may hear it and go, wait a minute, I've heard that somewhere before. It's been in a few movies, it's been in a few TV programs and the like. And actually, if you're a Blood, Sweat, and Tears fan, if you go back to 1968 and the release of their self-titled album, the very first song on side A is Variations on a theme by Erik Satie. And it's actually the first, and I believe the third. Because he has three of these. I believe it's the first and third, maybe the second. But definitely it actually starts with the first. So I don't know if we have any Blood, Sweat, and Tear fans in here. If you are, go back and check and you'll realize, oh yeah, this piece actually, I've heard this before. So we hope that you enjoy this selection. selection that the Woodwinds will perform for you. Something a little more our style. London Bridge. All right. Okay. All right. We know that. I told them part of my purpose is to culture all of us, bringing all this music makes us go, that's interesting. All right. But here's something we all enjoy. The only problem with this one is well, it's London Bridge. London Bridge is followed in a lot. You'll hear it a lot. And for those musicians in the audience, it has 11 key changes. That's a lot for a piece of music that's only about 3 minutes long. So it really keeps us on our toes. And it's kind of a world travel with London Bridge. You'll definitely be able to tell as it kind of morphs into the music of different countries. And I think that you'll really enjoy it as we close out the Woodwind Ensemble tonight with London Bridge. if you'll give us just a second, percussion will come in and get their stuff set, and Mr. Sloan will be right back with you with the percussion ensemble. Thank you.
All right, we're going to give the percussion just a moment to set up. I told one of them earlier today, I said, like we actually practice setting up, breaking down. We time it to see how quick we can move it. I told one of them today, I said, as a percussionist, you need to get really good at moving things and counting rest, because that's 90% of what we do. For those of you who've played in band or are in band currently, you know that that's what percussionists mostly do. We count, we wait, take a nap, move some stuff, and we'll play a few things. But this is our percussion ensemble. The woodwinds played all the really fancy, really sophisticated music. We're going to come in and play some really fun stuff. The first song we're playing tonight is a piece called Jalopy, and it will sound exactly like you think it will sound. For those of you who aren't aware, a jalopy is an old, dilapidated car. And if you're still not sure what I mean, you'll hear it, you'll go, oh, one of those. You've probably seen it in like a Mickey Mouse cartoon or maybe Looney Tunes. But this piece was written in the ragtime and march styles, uses many little metal items and some wooden, weird sound effects. We have a lot of, most people will call them toys, we call them sophisticated musical instruments that we use to create the picture of a jalopy, of an old dilapidated car. And it was dedicated to Mr. Cleo Hernan's grandfather, who taught him the term when he was a little boy. His grandfather was a jolly, brilliant man who saw treasure where others saw trash, and who could breathe new life into broken things. So I'm going to give them just a moment to finish setting up. They're really good, man. And then we'll take it away with the jalopy. I'll give her a minute to finish tuning. While they finish tuning, our percussion ensemble started about 3 weeks ago because these guys have about 10 times as many notes in the halftime show as our wind players do. The woodwinds and brass. It's so much fun. We really love marching season. It's a huge challenge for us. They concentrate a totally different piece because you have to learn how to play with style and support the band and all that stuff. Drumline is a lot of notes really, really fast. They sound really cool. But we've got some folks playing mallets, switching around to different instruments, playing some things they're not familiar with. Some of these folks are playing with the high school for the first time, so this ensemble setup's been a really good way for them to get broken in to play with high school band. I tell freshmen every year, this isn't the middle school band anymore. Play out. I know I've told you to be quiet all your life. Bring it out a little bit. The band's a lot bigger. Got a much fuller sound now. But I think we might be good. We good? All right, let's do it. 90s, because you get to hear all the little melodies, and then you hear the non-melodic instruments get to play those same melodies. With the blocks of wood and a couple of cowbells get to start playing things, and you're like, oh, that sounds like what they played. But it's pretty neat. The next piece we're going to perform is called Escape Artist. You're going to hear a lot of little grooves. It uses every 3-note 16th pattern that you can play inside of one beat. And they take it, they turn it every which way, make all these cool, funky grooves to go along with it. We're all good, happens all the time. They make all these little grooves that go along with it, and about the time you get trapped in a groove, they change it on you. They'll add an extra measure, or they'll take away a beat. The features run all over the band with this one. You'll hear timpani solos, tempo block solos, xylophone, marimba, bells, toms, snare drum solos. Everybody kind of gets a turn, even if it's just for one measure. Everybody gets a turn to be featured. Another really cool thing about doing these ensembles, everybody gets a chance to shine. It kind of causes all of us to rise up to the challenge. I've been really proud of this group because they've handled a lot of things without me this year. We did band camp totally different this year with the woodwinds and percussion here with me, and the brass over at the middle school with Mr. Hersey, and all the auxiliaries over at the elementary school with Miss Melanie and the crew. And these guys, when I had to go work with the woodwinds, they went and got to work on all their stuff, and they got it done. They came back and were like, all right, we got it. And it was really impressive, which was good practice for us, because a couple weeks later, my wife gave birth to our first child. And I got to, be at the hospital for a little bit. So they kept on trucking, kept working on their music, and they really worked hard to put this concert together in such a short period of time. So super proud of them, and we can give them another round of applause for their hard work. And we're going to close out our portion of the concert tonight with Escape Artist. Up next on our program for tonight is actually going to be one of our featured soloists. Every year for this concert, Mr. Hersey asks a couple of students if they'll step up and play a solo for us, perform a piece on their instrument, and there's nothing quite like it. Playing a solo and playing with a band are two totally different experiences. Playing with a band, there's that feel of the energy around you and the large sound that you're a part of. Then when you come out and play a solo, it's like, oh wow, it's really just me. But Jamia has stepped up to the challenge. This is Jamia Gibbs. She plays the flute, in case you couldn't tell. And she is going to perform a solo for us tonight. Meditation from, why did I try to pronounce that word? Theus. It's going to be my best guess. Right, so I get to stall for a minute. You know what that means. What do you get when you cut a tuba in half? A one bow. Tough crowd. How do you clean a dirty tuba? Tuba glue. No. Tuba toothpaste. I'm sorry, I got my jokes crossed. How do you fix a broken tuba? Tuba glue, you got it. How many more jokes do I need to tell Mr. Hersey? I can go through the cow jokes if you need to. What do you call a cow with no legs? Ground beef. What do you call a cow with 2 legs? Lean beef. What do you call a deer with no eyes? No idea. Deer with no eyes and no legs? Still no idea. Ladies and gentlemen, Jamia Gibbs.
Canadian brass arrangement, just a closer walk with thee. And of course, this is our brass ensemble. You notice now we got all of our trumpets, and tubas, trombones, and horns out here. I do need to make sure real fast, guys, you can see me, so get in your windows there. All right, the next piece that the brass will play for, I actually just gave it to them just one day, I don't know, maybe a week and a half ago or so, just to see, because this is, as a brass player, this is what we call real music. Anytime you do something by Anton Bruckner or something by Mahler, these guys, they get our attention when we hear those names, because as brass players, we know, oh, that means we get to play big. And this next piece, Anchi Sacerdos, which is a Latin word, it actually means behold the great priest. Right? It's actually written for as a motet or a song. It's written for voices. I believe it was written for 6 or 7 part voice to be used in the Roman Catholic Church, and then I believe there were 3 trombone parts to provide background to this. So Claire Johnson took this and rearranged it for a brass ensemble, and we hope that you enjoy the Behold the Great Priest at Jesus Sacerdos. very much. That is not an easy feat for brass players. There's a lot of stuff going on there, divided up basically 1 to 2 to a part, no place to breathe, and that's the one thing about doing these small ensembles. It's not like concert music, where, okay, the Woodwoods are playing, we can take time off, and vice versa. No, you just got to keep right on the play, right? And so it's really good for these guys in this development of their musicianship. The next piece, we're bringing our percussion back to play with for these final 2 pieces. Kind of lighten things up now from that serious music here. The next piece, De Colores, translated roughly all the colors, a very famous Mexican folk song. I believe the research I did had it at least back to the 17th century, maybe even further than that. But it's a wonderful arrangement here that David Marlatt has done here, and percussion was set, not yet. Still do a few more things here. Kind of written in a mariachi style, so kind of have to really change everything here that we do to get off of that real serious big play, kind of bring it back to a much more lighter, more playful type of playing. So we hope that you enjoy De Colores. And if you feel the hankering now for some queso in El Paso from Trace Mariachis, tell them that we sent you. All right? You won't get a discount, but that's it. All right. Before we do our final selection, for you once again, let me tell you how much we appreciate you coming out and joining us tonight. We hope that you enjoyed it. Just trying to keep some things as normal as possible, even though it's still a little weird. These kids are oh, we have to stand up for a concert. It's weird for them. We're trying not to move as much as quickly as possible. But we do appreciate you guys coming out and being with us. Special thanks to Mr. Terry, our music guys here. He does all of our concerts. So make sure of seeing you fifth grade parents have any questions or anything, ask him out there, he can help you. And a big special shout out tonight to Adam Bell and Charlton Sports Net for being here with us tonight for broadcasting. He does a lot for our community, and we appreciate his support for us here tonight, especially helping us out with those who are not able to come out and join us tonight. So special thanks once again to them. Once again, thanks for coming out. We have another one of these coming up just a few weeks in October. So it's about 4 weeks or so away. So keep your eyes open for that one. The October concert will be coming around, and then of course the Veterans Day concert rolls in right behind that, and the Christmas concert right behind that. So my parents raised me up to believe that idle hands are the devil's playground, so they don't have any time to do nothing but get ready for concerts. So I promise you I'll do my part to keep them busy. So they'll have one of these about every 3 or 4 weeks. So once again, thanks for coming out. And our final selection for you, rather unique piece. It's actually a band work that's been transcribed for brass choir and percussion, and has a slight tinge of pirate to it. You'll hear it sounds a little bit like a movie, but this is The Tides of Fate. Once again, thanks for coming out. You guys have a wonderful evening.
Thank you for watching this presentation of the AMB concert by the Charlton County Band of Pride. Please remember to shop local and support those businesses that support your youth. Thank you for watching. Have a great evening, everybody. We hope you enjoyed the concert.